No, I'm just fascinated by dead bodies. It's really no big deal.
No big deal!
Dad, I regret to tell you this, but I think it's actually a big deal.
Call the police!
Hi, and welcome to a new video on the RobertIDK channel. We'd like to thank you for clicking on this video, and we wanted to let you know that we had a great time making it. This video is likely to become very stupid as it progresses, so buckle up, strap in. Both of those mean the same thing. I'm now going to switch back to my natural voice.
All right, how's it going? Share my story!
I love these guys. I've been having a good time with Share My Story recently, so we're gonna check out some of their crazy stories that were shared. Also, I cut my hair. You're welcome to people who complain. Not too many people complain. I'm looking very fresh and very clean, if you know what I mean. All right now, let's go team. This animation will make me scream. My dad is a real cannibal! My horrible life. I actually didn't even see that part of the title. I have no idea how this story is gonna start, how we're going to get to this eating the arm thing, but we're about to find out. Let's keep it Gucci. Story beginning. 3, 2, 1.
Hey, I'm Steve, and I'm in big trouble.
Hey, Steve.
I recently found proof that my dad is a real-life cannibal. I'm not joking here. And I'm not sure if I should contact the police or FBI, but
We should contact Share My Story instead. That's the route you apparently chose, Steve. Apparently Steve thought it was more important to share the story on Share My Story before he let the authorities know. Don't be like Steve. If you see someone get murdered, call the police. Don't call Share My Story. A message from the government of RobertIDK.
but I know I have to do something, because my dad needs to be stopped. I should have realized that he was weird when I was a kid. My dad always told me stories about a cannibal tribe in the Brazilian Amazonas. He told those stories with so much detail as if he had experienced it himself.
Wow, cannibalism. Hey, Steven, check this out. These people eat each other. Wow, isn't that awesome?
Oh, you're gonna love this one.
He said they normally...
What's he doing? Is that part of that's part of the storytelling?
He said they normally only ate deceased people, but sometimes when they thought someone was a sorcerer or a witch, they would make an exception and eat that person alive.
To gain their powers.
Worse, he told me they mostly accuse little girls of being witches. He also said that those indigenous Brazilian tribes would go out and try to capture men of other tribes and then do a big feast eating them.
Allegedly. Allegedly. I'm not gonna freak out right now as if this is legit. This is just the dad's story. Who even knows if that tribe actually existed? Actually, there's probably real evidence of tribes in the Amazon eating people. I'm not gonna Google it to find out. So let's just move on.
Listening to his stories as a kid was scary. But I was young, and I kind of thought my dad's obsession with cannibalism was normal. He also has a bunch of human skulls all over our house.
What?
He also has a bunch of human skulls all over our house.
But I just thought it was normal. Really, Steve? You thought it was normal? Really? I understand that people are used to however they're raised, because they haven't been raised by anyone else other than their parents. But the skulls, surely, Steve, you can't possibly think that keeping skulls around your house is normal, because it ain't, Steve.
And when I asked him where he got those from, he said he bought them on eBay. But I highly doubt that that's true.
All right, he bought it on Amazon, because that's where this stuff is happening, right? The Amazon?
Because 4 years ago, he changed careers. He went from being a school teacher to becoming a crematorium operator. His new job is all about turning dead corpses into ashes.
Or food. Yeah, he's working the night shift. He's the only one in the crematorium. Who's to say that all of that body gets burned? Who's to say Steve's dad doesn't, get a little nibble on the side, Midnight snack, helps power you through the rest of the shift. This is very dark, and we're only a few minutes in, so I'm gonna try to take it down a notch, but this story's gonna be pretty crazy, I think.
And it's his duty to treat those bodies with respect. But I suspect that he is taking those bodies apart and secretly eating them. The other weird thing he does is fly to Brazil once a year. My mom told me he has family over there, and I believed her as a kid.
Pics or it didn't happen. Where's the photos of these Brazilian people?
But why had I never seen my Brazilian family? And why had I never been invited to visit them? Well, one day I found out the truth. I went through my dad's wardrobe, and at the bottom, I found a hidden box. When I opened it, I saw several sets of human teeth. It was so creepy. And there was one photo showing my dad wearing those teeth around his head, surrounded by some indigenous jungle people.
Why did they just let him wear normal clothes? What? Why did they let him wear American clothes? Really? They're gonna let him like share all of their delicious humans, but he gets to wear normal clothes?
It looked like they were about to go hunting. I just hope it wasn't for some other humans. But now I knew where my dad went once a year.
What the heck?
Is mayonnaise an instrument?
You better stop!
Share my story is always putting a sneaky meme in there. Thanks, guys.
But now I knew where my dad went once a year. He visited the Brazilian Amazon to hang out with some cannibalistic, warmongering tribe members. And maybe he went on hunting other humans with them so they could eat them afterward. I hope this was all a big joke, but when I confronted my dad and asked if he had ever eaten human flesh, his response was so creepy.
Oh my gosh, what a freaky. This is like an Attack on Titan. You did it again. Good job, animators. Gonna give me nightmares.
A big grin appeared on his face, and then he asked me, "How do you know, son?" At first, I didn't know how to respond, but once I had gathered myself, I said, "You are a disgusting and evil psychopath." But he responded, No, it's not evil and it's not disgusting. I mean, what's the difference between eating pig, beef, or human?
I kind of feel like there's a big difference. Pigs don't eat other pigs, and cows don't eat other cows. It's not the same. It's not the same!
So that's why you became a crematory operator? So you can have free lunch at work? I asked him. Ugh, those are old and sick people. That would be disgusting. No, I'm just fascinated by dead bodies. It's really no big deal.
No big deal! Dad, I regret to tell you this, but I think it's actually a big deal.
Wow, my dad thinks that being a cannibal is no biggie. I'm honestly scared of him because I don't know what he's capable of.
Eating humans. That is what he's capable of, eating humans.
If he is willing to spend thousands of dollars each year to fly to Brazil just to eat other humans.
Just to eat Dora the Explorer? This is fake news. I saw Dora on TV last week. Unless they cloned her, and the one I'm seeing on TV is a clone. Or this is the clone, and they're eating the clone.
Then he might also be willing to eat my mom or me.
Oh, he eats your mom, Steve.
This whole thing is so disturbing. I am seriously considering calling the FBI, but I don't want my dad to go to prison because then my mom would be very lonely.
Lonely? Your mom wouldn't have to live with a people eater. Loneliness isn't a factor. When your husband eats people, your mom can find someone better than your dad. I don't want my dad to go to jail. Aside from eating human beings, he's a great guy. And I don't want my mom to be lonely without her cannibal husband. I feel for you, Steve. That's a very hard decision. I don't know what I would do either. Call the police!
To make things worse, my dad recently bought a huge barbecue grill. I am suspecting the worst, but so far, he has only used it when I wasn't at home. So I have no idea what he's eating on it.
Yes, you do, Steve. Yes, you do.
To be honest, if someone wants to eat my corpse after I'm dead,
I would hope they'd take my clothes off.
I wouldn't mind. And I recently read on the internet that more and more moms eat their own placentas after giving birth. It's so disgusting, but it's one of the hottest trends out there. And even Kim Kardashian says she has eaten her own placenta after giving birth. I guess, as long as you don't hurt others, you can eat whatever you want. Unfortunately, I don't think my dad is following that rule. I assume that he goes to Brazil once a year to hunt for fresh human meat.
Okay, I'm sorry, but the people in Brazil don't look like this. The people in the Amazon forest are not wearing this type of clothing, nor is their skin this pasty white like RobertIDK's. So, Steve, you gotta change this vision in your head because it's not accurate.
And 2 weeks ago, he cooked us a nice soup with pork meat inside. Or so I thought. Because 2 days later, he asked me how I liked the soup, and when I told him that it tasted good, I saw this creepy little smirk on his face, which means that I might have already eaten another human without knowing it. Please let me know in the comments what you would do in my situation.
Call the police, Steve. Call the police. Please.
I mean, my dad is currently working as a crematory operator.
Is that a real crematory operator? Oh, I'm stupid. It's 2 words. I thought we were dealing with some kind of supercalifragilistic situation here.
Which means that he might be eating your dead grandpa right now. Would you mind him doing that?
Well, it would be a lot less stressful if you told us where you lived. That would narrow it down. This has 8.5 million views. How many people do you think this dude stressed out by not specifying where he lives?
He might be eating your dead grandpa right now.
Steve, you're very inconsiderate. I don't know what's worse, his dad eating a couple people or him, worrying 8 million people. What is the overall cost to humanity?
Thank you for listening to my story, and please subscribe to this channel for more animated stories.
Yo, yeah, check out Share My Story, guys, if you like that. That was crazy! That was, I think we know how we feel about that one. Only problem is, if you call the police, they can't do anything about what your dad's doing in the Amazon. They can probably look into his orders on Amazon, but in the actual Amazon, the United States Police Force has no force. They can't do anything. All right, I feel like we have time for another quick one. I could be crazy, but maybe we do. How I got pregnant by a billionaire. No, I haven't watched this. I know people see these red bars and they think that I watched parts of the videos before. I don't look at any, I don't know how this happened, I swear. Why would I lie? I could edit it out if I was trying to hide something. All right, let's see how you are, you look 12 months pregnant. That is a big belly.
I know what you're thinking, that I'm a gold digger, right? Maybe so, but hear me out.
What I'm thinking, I haven't met you yet. This video just started. I am not thinking anything. When a video starts, here's what I'm thinking.
Very disrespectful. They just booty cheeks, man.
So I wasn't thinking you were a gold digger, at least not yet.
Like most girls, I spend a lot of time on Instagram. You know how most people use it to brag about their life? Well, one day, I saw a post from one of those rich kids. His dad was a well-known billionaire in the telecommunications business. But this kid was living in the same city as me. I got curious.
Wait, you have one of the Laptors? Oh, see, you're rich. I wish I could afford a Laptor. It's like the best brand.
I got curious and did a little research. I discovered that he had 2 hobbies: partying and fishing.
Wow, what an exciting dude. So cool. Wow, yo, you like partying? That is so cool. Hey, Nancy, you gotta meet this guy. You're never gonna believe it. He likes partying and fishing. Oh my God, I want to. I can't wait to learn more about this riveting character.
And I found out that he often went fishing at a certain lake just 2 hours away from my home.
She's going to jump in the lake and get caught by him, and he's gonna be like, I caught a girl. This is a sign. I have to impregnate her.
I bought myself some fishing gear and went there every day for weeks. I was about to give up when I finally saw him. He was out on the little lake in a small boat. I waved at him and he waved back. Can I come in your boat? He didn't respond, but changed directions and rowed towards me. He said, "Hey, how are you?" I told him, "I'm just out here enjoying nature. I was hoping to do some fishing." Of course, that was complete baloney, but he invited me onto his boat. We talked for hours.
Hey, what kind of YouTube channels do you like? My favorite YouTuber is RobertIDK. Have you ever heard of him?
Oh, yeah, I totally watch. Yeah, subscriber from day one. I've been subscribed for 10 years.
His channel's only existed for 5 years.
Oh, that's what I meant. 10 divided by 2 is 5.
I think you're lying. And get the off my boat.
Well, at least he's got good taste in YouTubers. Thanks, dude. No. You're not gonna get in this guy's pants if you don't actually watch RobertIDK. You need to catch up if you want any chance with this dude.
Everything I said were lies. I told him I'd wandered around Yellowstone Park for 2 weeks. He believed every word. And even told me, "Wow, you're so impressive. Have you ever seen a bear?" I responded,
Those are like the ones with the gills, right?
yeah, a couple of times. And once I was in my tent and a pack of wolves started circling around it, I had my pepper spray ready, but luckily, they went away again. You see, he was happy to talk about nature because he was so passionate about it. After a long conversation, we exchanged numbers and went our separate ways.
1 week later.
We met at the lake again. This time, I'd prepared several other fake stories about how I'd been salmon fishing in Canada. I don't normally lie, but it can actually be a lot of fun.
We call this a toxic human being. I don't respect it. I never been about that. Tell the truth. If you're a liar, if you're a lying person, it's gonna come back and bite you in the end. What's the plan? What's the plan? You're gonna marry this dude and then keep lying for the rest of your life? That's impossible. You can't keep a lie going your whole life. It's simply not possible. This dude's gonna find out that you're boring. You don't actually watch Robert IDK, and he's gonna dump you, but not before getting you pregnant, apparently.
To be fair, though, he wasn't the smartest tool in the shed. I mean, I wasn't a good liar. He was just naive. But I wanted to take it a bit further. So we had a picnic on the grass. No one was around, and after a while, I asked him, "Do you like me?" He said, "Sure." But I responded, "No."
Do you like me like me?
Whoa, like, no one's ever asked me that.
This dude's acting like he doesn't get what she's saying. Really? He clearly is not the sharpest tool in the shed.
No. I mean, do you find me attractive? He didn't answer right away, but then he said, "I guess so."
I guess so, yeah! Whoa, is she gonna go in for a smooch? This girl, this conniving person. I don't like this woman. Honestly though, it kind of would be fun to have a lot of money and then see all the people who try to get into your life just because you have money and then rejecting them one by one. That would be fun. That's my motivation for making money, is so that I can reject people who only want me for the money. I don't have the money yet, but if it happens, I'll let you know. I'll tell you all the tales about not letting no fake nature heathen try to come in for a kiss out of nowhere.
And I leaned over to kiss him. He didn't stop it. After all, I'm okay looking. We met each other a few more times at his big mansion, and I always made sure he was enjoying it. Until I got pregnant by accident. You may think
Oh my gosh! That's a crime. That is a crime right there. You could go to jail for that. That is like one of the most horrible things you can do to a person. That is absolutely disgusting. If you're a kid watching this, you might not understand what's going on here in terms of accidentally on purpose and whatnot, but what she is talking about is completely not okay, and she needs to learn that her actions have consequences. This is the worst person. This is the worst person out of all of the stories we've done. Worst person, unless I'm forgetting something. I'm probably forgetting something. Remind me if there's been a worse human being, but I think this human's pretty terrible.
You may think I'm a terrible person now.
That is exactly what I just said. Yes, I do.
But the truth is both of us are. He's no prize. In fact, he's one of the most useless people I've ever met. He hardly ever goes to school and never works. He just takes money from his rich dad and spends it on stupid stuff.
A tiger? Does he have a tiger? Is that true? Or did you just put that in for effect? If he has a tiger, I want to know about it. You can't just have a tiger and you not tell us. See, this person didn't tell us her name because she doesn't want to get roasted by Robert IDK.
He just takes money from his rich dad and spends it on stupid stuff.
But see, the thing, he doesn't know any better though. He doesn't know any better. This is the only life he's ever known. You know what are you supposed to do? Not spend money? I mean, I guess, technically. If you have $1 billion, what do? Just let it sit there?
I haven't confronted him about the baby yet. But according to the laws in my state, he will have to pay me a lot in child support. I'm talking about millions of dollars. Of course, I don't know how much money he has right now, but his dad is already in his 80s. Once his dad dies, he will inherit billions. And my kid and I will get some of it. To be honest, I know I'll make far better use of the money than that worthless bum ever will.
You're horrible. No one who does a horrible thing, like accidentally on purpose getting pregnant, that person does not deserve that money. These animations were pretty wild. Whew. These stories are emotional roller coasters. I don't prepare for them. I wasn't ready. It's impossible to really prepare, but that's what this channel is all about, is having no idea what we're about to watch, but doing it anyway and hoping the video turns out well. And I think it did. Thank you for watching, you guys. I will see you in one of these 2 videos, okay? Whichever one you want, I don't care. As always, thank you so much for watching and have a good one.
You better